And welcome to Foundations Level 2, Push-Ups and Bridges. Okay, so just like the other Foundations program, I want you to watch this video all the way through before you start your training. So this is the push-up, the hybrid variation. Starting from the knees, taking 3 seconds to lower, staying tight, and then taking 1 second to hold that top position. This is going to get you accustomed to doing full push-ups very, very soon. Nice and controlled. Inhale on the way down. Stay tight. Exhale on the way up as you drive your palms through the ground, and make sure to spread your shoulder blades and keep your armpits tight, especially in that full push-up position. Everything lowers and raises at the same time. This is fantastic. A great starting variation of the push-up. And remember, we are supersetting this with our glute bridges. Fantastic. Keep going. 1 minute rounds this time. For the glute bridges, I need you to assume a sitting position. Extend the hips, brace the core, squeeze your glutes, and perform a back bend. It's very important for you to only play with the range of motion that your body will allow. Do not move into any pain, but this specific sequence is going to be healthy for your spinal erectors, very, very effective at opening up the chest and ribs. Also the hips. It's going to improve your core awareness and your ability to tense your glutes. So we sit, we extend the hips, we brace the core, we squeeze the glutes, and then we perform a back bend. Try to lead with your eyes. If sitting on your heels is too painful, you can try putting a pillow underneath your butt and do it that way. But be sure to perform this exactly how it's shown. This is a great variation. We're almost done. And take a break. And go ahead and pause the video and take a 2-minute rest period. Stay moving if you wish, but be sure to adequately recover in order to hit the next set with the same amount of intensity and tension in your muscles. Please pause the video and rest 2 minutes now. And round 2, you see the block push-up. This is where we lower in a full push-up position, take a slight pause, and then come right back up. This is the next progression for our push-up variations. Basically half push-ups, but that block gives you the ability to reach something with your chest. It's a very good variation here. Remember, you can always regress down to the knees if this is too challenging, but try this one. This is excellent. Here's a secondary view. Lowering under control, slight pause, and then driving those palms up. Doing this for a full minute. Keep that core engaged. This is a moving plank. Same principles as Foundations Level 1, but just harder variations here. You're doing fantastic. Keep it going. And we are supersetting this with our glute bridges. This time we're using a yoga block for single leg bridges, and we're going to do 30 seconds each leg. Driving down with the heels, keeping the core tight, and making sure to extend the hip, focusing on the glutes, pushing down with your arms as well if you need to. Very, very good variation here. This is going to build strong hips, strong glutes, keep you nice and healthy and functional. And be sure to switch legs here at the 30-second mark. Excellent. Focusing on that heel. Elevating the foot like this gives you a bit more range of motion at the hip, so you'll have more muscle recruitment. It's better to go through a full range of motion at that joint to keep it functional and healthy. Almost done with our 30 seconds here. Keep going, driving down with the heel, squeezing the glute. You're doing fantastic. And take a short break. Good work. And go ahead and pause the video and take a 2-minute rest period. Stay moving if you wish, but be sure to adequately recover in order to hit the next set with the same amount of intensity and tension in your muscles. Please pause the video and rest 2 minutes now. Starting round 3, this time the full push-up. For 1 minute on the clock, lowering 3 seconds, coming up with a lot of tension in the midsection, breathing out on the way up, inhaling on the way down. Drive those palms through the mat, stay tight. The same principles, the same fundamentals as all the other push-ups we've been doing, but now doing the full push-up. Sometimes a good cue is to pretend like you're balancing something on your back. Make sure to breathe, but very much stay tight. And I can't stress this enough, if you need to regress down to the knees or the hybrid variation, that is totally fine until you build up that capacity to last the full minute. You're doing great. Keep going. Stay focused. Focus on the right muscles, chest, shoulders, the triceps, and your midsection. And we are supersetting this with our bridges. Here's some info first. Okay, before I show you the elevated bridge, you need to increase your awareness of your spine. Okay, so essentially what I mean is I need you to be very, very aware, very focused on where you're going to place your back on the bridge. Okay, many people place this way too high on the neck, and it's damaging for the neck and spine. It's also very unsafe because you can fall and slip off the bench. It needs to be in the middle of the back, right around the shoulder blades. Not lower, not on the low back or the lumbar, right around the shoulder blades. I'm going to show you 3 reps right now so you can see what I'm talking about, and then we'll get into the exercise. As far as placement on the bench, you can see it's not up by the neck, not on the lumbar spine, right in the middle of the back. And moving on to our bench bridges, take your time with this placement, brace the midsection, lower under control, drive down hard with the heels, and squeeze those glutes. Feel free to readjust your position if you need to. Notice how my knees aren't passing my toes. I'm really focusing on driving down with the heels, and everything lowers and raises at the same time. My neck follows my hips. The entire torso is one stable piece. So feel free to videotape yourself and see if it looks like the way that I'm doing this. Drive down hard with the heels. You should feel this in the glutes. It's a tremendous core awareness exercise. If you're using your couch or something that's very stable, that'll be even safer than the bench. Looking good, and I want to remind you, if this was not adequately challenging enough, take a break and then repeat this entire sequence 2 or 3 more times. Great work.